hats, really stepping on blood. I get, he ain't get a chance to run, can't say that he tripped. Bounced out 4 steps, 2 niggas.
A man accused of killing 2 students right outside their high school last year was also in court today. Tommy Coleman was arrested last week, and he now faces 2 counts of first-degree murder. Police say Coleman was involved in the deadly shooting of 2 boys, ages 16 and 17, last January. The teens were students at Innovations High School in the Loop.
What's the deal, y'all? It's Pete Thuggin back at it again with another video, and I got some new content for y'all. But before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that like button on this video below. Hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications so that you don't miss out on any latest news or interesting topics on YouTube. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything being presented in the videos is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be taken as factual evidence or legal advice. Today, the topic at hand is Bloodhound Little Jeff, Little Scoom, and T Slick. They allegedly was on their way to get booked for murder that occurred on January 26, 2024. Unfortunately, their passing is the only thing that was saving them in this case. Now, this Little Scoom part doesn't really make sense because the report would say 2 are now deceased and 1 has been booked. But everyone has their opinions and says that Scoom is the only one that went to Innovations High School and dropped out the next day after the shooting, also alleging that he was the only one around Little Jeff and them at the time of this murder when it occurred. 9 times out of 10, it was most likely him, but it's not confirmed. A lot of people, from fans and supporters to their alleged enemies and haters, say they did all of this over fake jewelry. Lil Jeff got his watch took by one of the alleged victims, and the only way that they would get back is by retaliating, and they did that as soon as they seized the opportunity to. The article on this case states in the following: prosecutors on Saturday revealed the extensive detailed efforts Chicago police detectives made as they tried to solve the double murder of 2 students outside of Innovations High School 1 year ago. Investigators scored social media posts, phone records, auto theft reports, and countless hours of surveillance video to have identified the 3 gunmen, who 1 died last year, another who has not yet been charged, and 22-year-old Tommy Coleman, also known as T Slick. Coleman was in court for his first appearance as prosecutors laid out their case against him at the end of the lengthy hearing. Judge William Fa ordered Coleman to be detained pending trial. So all that means pretty much is that he will not have a bail. They took that away from him completely, and he has to stay in custody until he goes to trial and fight his case from the inside. Around 12:30 p.m. on January 26, 2024, childhood friend Montario Williams, a 17-year-old boy, and Robert Boston, a 16-year-old boy, and a group of other students walked out of Innovations onto the first block of North Wabash as they approached the nearby STA station. A stolen Infiniti SUV stopped on Wabash. 3 gunmen jumped out of the car and fired shots for about 15 seconds. Both boys were killed. A bullet narrowly missed a 25-year-old woman who happened to be walking by. A bullet pierced her coat sleeve, and it fell into the lining. Within hours, police received a tip that the now deceased individual participated in the shooting. That means that somebody gave intel on this murder case in regards to Little Scoom or Little Jeff, and they gave tips like Crime Stoppers, which is the reason why they even got a search warrant, which was served on the individual's Instagram account, and revealing a video that prosecutors suggested was recorded inside the stolen SUV about 18 minutes after the murders. In the video, the deceased gunman sang the verse of a song making reference to being masked and armed with others in a stolen car, getting out shooting at oppositions.
2 hats, really stepping on blood. How I get, he ain't get a chance to run, can't say that he tripped. Bounced out 4 steps, 2 niggas got hit. I done lost my Drake, fuck a passenger.
Detectives allegedly obtained another video that Coleman recorded in the SUV's front seat, while the now dead gunman was recording his video in the backseat. Coleman's video also showed all 3 suspects had guns. Videos from the school shows an Innovation student suspect of being the still uncharged gunman, changing clothes and leaving campus about 90 minutes before the shooting. Video and GPS data from his phone allegedly showed he boarded a CTA train to Roosevelt and then walked to a nearby parking garage, where video shows he got into that stolen Infiniti. In fact, prosecutors said location data from all 3 suspects' phones showed their devices tracked together before, during, and after the murders. Coleman was arrested on Wednesday. He is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, aggravated discharging of a firearm towards an occupied vehicle, being a felon in possession of a firearm, and failure to register as a gun offender. Prosecutors said He has 2 cases pending in Indiana, one for auto theft, another for possessing a machine gun. He was convicted of unlawful possession of a weapon in DuPage County in 2021. Now, this whole case is scary because a lot of you guys looked up to Little Scoom and Little Jeff for the amount of murders and, the things that they did in regards to Chicago. But like I said before, it's rare that you're going to get away with something if you allegedly have 12 bodies. It's not likely that you're not going to get booked for at least one of them. I'm not saying get found guilty. I'm saying it's not likely that you weren't going to get booked and at least charged for one of those 12 murders. And remember, you guys, they're saying this is all over a fake Temu watch. I don't know how true that is, and it may be much deeper than a Temu watch. These could potentially just be these people ops, for reals. And that's understandable as well. But look what it got them. Like, T-Slick, he got to take all these charges to the face. Like, and ain't nobody going to allow him to snitch on nobody that passed away. Regardless, snitching is snitching. So I'm sure he going to take this to the throat. I can't speak for him, and I don't know how he feeling in there fighting 2 murders. But I know, like, how the streets go. And if you snitch, whether they dead or they alive, you're going to be labeled a rat. So in this situation, it's messed up that he had to go down by himself. But, everybody got to face something. You can't just go around killing people, get in a car, take your phones on a murder and think you're going to get away. And then you making videos rapping about it like, you're going to get untouched. It's just impossible for you to do things like this. I mean, where they messed up in the first place is bringing their phones. That was the first no-no. Regardless if they turn their phones off or whatever. Everybody knows, even when the iPhone dies, what does it say? It can locate your phone, right? So it wouldn't matter if these grown men that's qualified gangbangers, they certified and they street smart and they know how to get away with murder. It's no way that they took their phones and went to go do that. There's no way. Then, to make things worse, they took videos of themselves right after hopping out of the car. Not even 18 minutes. Like, 18 minutes, y'all? Think about it. Like, 18 minutes, and they making videos in the car after allegedly murdering 2 minors. It's going to look 10 times worse just based off the fact that these 2 boys were underage. Regardless, the streets is the streets, but the law is the law. So no matter what you guys say, y'all could be like, oh, they robbed Lil Jeff, they took his watch, they deserve to die. That's cool. But in the eyes of the law, you're not supposed to take things in your own hands. And I'm not saying Lil Jeff should have snitched. I'm just saying they should have played their cards a little bit smarter. They should have followed bros on the train or something. Like, they could have played this out so much differently. But regardless, like I said, Lil Scoom and Lil Jeff, is no way that they're going to get charged. Once you pass away, all charges against you are dropped. They can't charge a dead man with a murder. So Lil Jeff, he took the easy route out because he was going to be looking at all day. Other than T-Slick, I can't speak for him either, bro. He might beat this case. But from the looks of it and the sounds of it, he caught red-handed. In regards to the other suspect that hasn't been charged in this case, I don't know if it's actually Little Scoom, but everybody's saying that Little Scoom went to that school in Ovations, and he, in fact, dropped out the next day after the shooting, which could not confirm or deny if he was the one on the scene, if he's the one who even had anything to do with it. Because that wouldn't even make sense. Why would he be in the bathroom changing his clothes and then going to the next place and getting in the car? It just don't make sense. I don't know. It might not be Lil Scoom that has something to do with it, but it may have. I don't know. I'm not from Chicago. I'm just going off based on the details that I got. I even went to an Instagram post that I seen in regards to it, and a lot of people are saying they crashed out, and T-Slick got to pay the consequences for it. They saying Lil Jeff crashed out about a fake watch, and they pretty much did all of this over a fake watch. Everybody gonna play their cards how they want to play them. No matter if the watch was fake or not, If somebody takes something off of you as a grown man, you don't think you're going to retaliate as a gang member and as a rapper gang member that has all the eyes on you and people exposing you for having a fake watch and taking it from you? It's just not likely you're going to make it out because you stirring the pot. You know you're doing the wrong things. You got to handle situations completely different. That's how people handle it. They take somebody's jewelry and the first thing they do, go to the internet. Now look, both of them boys died not even too long after taking that man watch. Now in regards to Lil Scoom, man, if he did have something to do with this and they just not confirming or denying who the third suspect is, it's crazy. But they know who the third suspect is because they said they have videos. They have surveillance. Like, they didn't check these men's Instagram. That's another thing. Everybody should know. If you ever been booked and you was on Instagram to set the play on something or you was texting another person, anything, you know if you know. Like I said, even in my case, Instagram was my enemy. Instagram was my worst enemy. I'm talking about pictures I never posted was in my discovery, messages I never, you feel me? It was just a lot of stuff that didn't have nothing to do with my case in my discovery. Instagram is your worst enemy. And I'm telling y'all, for the gang members that's out there, stay off Instagram. Stay off them phones, bro. If you gonna go do that, do it and keep it confidential. You're not even supposed to be telling nobody that you didn't kill somebody. You feel me? You're not supposed to be telling nobody you did anything. You're not supposed to tell nobody you was involved in a shooting. You shouldn't talk about no guns. You shouldn't talk about nothing through these apps, bro. The police is going to be the first people to get it. Instagram is the police. I promise you, and I can't make this up, bro. I literally took my plea deal because Instagram was my worst enemy, like I said. So I just took that 3 years and 4 months and called it a day. But in regards to a murder, I would have never took that risk. You got to learn, though. Everybody learns. And they're young. They got all the attention on them. They doing what they got to do to keep their name ringing bells. So, unfortunately, this situation fell on T Slick as the only one, allegedly, that's living in regards to this situation. But everything plays out how it plays out. Let's just pray that man can beat this case. You know, I don't wish jail on my worst enemy. I'd rather let the streets handle that or anything. You feel me? Even then, it's like, I don't wish jail on my worst enemy. I'm sorry. It's just not something. Who does that? All we could say is, regardless of if Lil Jeff watch was fake and it got took, they made sure they stood on business in regards to that watch, fake or not. Everybody gonna pay consequences for doing what they do. If you're not innocent, you bound to get touched. It's just not even a question. But it's messed up that bro gotta fight these 2 murders to the neck. And his homies was rapping and they in videos and the evidence all there, y'all. They pinging their phones to the murders. It's just all just a messed up situation. I mean, it did take them a whole year to book him. That mean this whole time they was probably watching him, building a case. And, you know, everybody bringing up Q50. Why don't y'all just leave people name out of stuff that don't have nothing to do with nothing? If they didn't grab Q50, Q50 don't got nothing to do with it. Most of the time, I be feeling like y'all be trying to get certain individuals booked. Y'all be saying funny little, you know, slick comments about people. And this gang lifestyle is not cool. Definitely, if you call yourself in the streets, you're not going to be saying funny stuff. Come on, bro. Is y'all in the streets or y'all on the internet? You feel me? It's just a lot of things you shouldn't do when you fighting for your life or you did stuff that could cause you to lose your life. And when I say lose your life, I mean losing your life to the system. Just like I said, if y'all plan on being out there robbing and killing and doing all the things that people do in the streets, keep it confidential. What type of street stuff y'all got going on nowadays? Like, y'all just telling on yourself, y'all solving the case for the detectives. And that's exactly what they do. They gonna book y'all accordingly. So just make sure y'all stay on y'all 10. I ain't telling y'all not to, you know, be who y'all are, but the streets ain't for everybody. And if you hop off the porch or whatever you want to call it, and you feel like you could be the one that's going to keep getting away with 100 murders and 15 murders and 30 murders, make sure you do it right. Because everything gonna come back to you. Everything that you do, from the outfit you wear, to the phone you was using, to the car you was driving. It's all gonna come back. Y'all gotta play y'all cards right. Stay off them phones, y'all. But nah, I was just updating y'all on this situation. Y'all know it's a crazy situation, man. They done booked T Slick, man, for a murder that occurred last year. I know he in there devastated, like, bruh, what? You gotta be kidding me right now. Like, and then it just make it sicker because somebody told on this man. Like, somebody did made an anonymous report. What y'all got going on, bruh? And I could guarantee 9 times out of 10, that person that made that anonymous report was an active gangbanger on the other side or something. Like, it really be like that. It be your own enemies telling on you. They be making anonymous reports, trying to get the detectives to... They lead the detectives to where they need to go. Even if it wasn't an active gangbanger, somebody that knew the situation, and it's only a few people that should have known what was going on. Even then, if it's 3 people in a car, them should have been the only 3 people that knew about that case and knew who did it. Do you get what I'm saying? So y'all really got to watch y'all friends too. Watch y'all brothers. All that. It's not safe because when you get booked, you're getting booked by yourself. When you do that time, you're doing that time by yourself. You better hope you and your co-defendant can go to the same prison. You get what I'm saying? So just be careful who you talk to after you do something. Make sure you keep it to yourself. That's what it's for. If you're going to do it, keep it to yourself. Because that life sentence is going to be sitting over your head. And when you get booked for it, you're going to be mad and you're going to be trying to figure out who told on you. And it ain't going to be said in the paper because it's an anonymous report like Crime Stoppers. All it's going to say is the tip led to an arrest. Now somebody getting the reward money. And you never going to know because the reward money in cash. They don't even got to identify themselves. But they got an arrest. If it lead to an arrest, that mean they getting that money. And I'm sure the reward money was pretty high. It was probably like $10,000. And even if it wasn't high, I'm sure they just wanted the reward money because they was going to tell anyways. They was going to do that. This is just y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on and let y'all know this ain't the life. If you really know you're not ready to go to jail, if you can't go in the bathroom and lock yourself in there for 3 days with no phone, the street life ain't for you. So get out of the streets now while you can. Go move states or something if you don't feel comfortable not gangbanging in your city. Change your life while y'all can. It's not worth it. It'll be your own homies telling on you, or it's going to be somebody you don't even know who it is. They going to tell on you. Next thing you know, you in court fighting for your life. And they going off all of this computers and phones and surveillance street cameras. You going to be looking crazy in that courthouse. And you trying to plead your innocence. And the judge looking at you like, man, I'm reading it. You not innocent. Like, you know what I mean? So y'all just think about it. I'm not trying to scare y'all or nothing like that. But I want y'all to really think about the circumstances of what can happen in this street life. Get out now before it's too late, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Jail ain't fun and prison ain't fun. They say prison better than jail, but you're not going to get your freedom back. It's just going to be you in jail. Focus on that, y'all. Anyways, y'all, that's an update. Like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to keep y'all updated on everything. But right now, this is the situation. T Slick is booked, and he got to fight these charges. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.